Sawadee I'm JP Mestanza. Today is Wednesday, December 22nd. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. Due to financial hardships brought on by the COVID-19 crisis, the Phuket Zoo has been forced to close. And with nowhere else to go, the Wildlife Friends Foundation Thailand is now carrying out a historic tiger rescue and preparing to take custody of 11 tigers as well as 2 bears handed over by the zoo. The Phuket Zoo in Talang has had to close their doors after nearly 2 years with no tourist visitors. In discussions with the WFFT, the Phuket Zoo agreed to hand over the 13 animals so they can be rehomed at the foundation's massive reserve in Phetchaburi province. In discussions with the Phuket News today, Edwin Viek, the founder and director of the WFFT, says that the two sides, who had previously had acrimonious encounters in the past, put their animosity aside to determine the safe future for the animals, and it was decided that they would be sent to Phetchaburi province. The foundation has 2 areas set up, 9 rai and 10 rai respectively, with ponds, trees, and space for them to roam, according to Mr. Viek, who says that the rescue and rehoming of the 11 tigers will be the biggest rescue in Thailand's history, but the endeavor will require funds. As such, the WFFT is asking for financial support to undertake this historic rescue. The transport of these 13 large animals, including 11 tigers and 2 bears, is significant, and Mr. Viek has stated, quote, "Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, we have received more calls than ever from entertainment venues who cannot afford to feed their animals anymore. We try to help as many as we can. The fact is, though, that without financial support, we cannot help more. We are urging our friends in Phuket, in Thailand, and around the world to please help with what will be a huge rescue, not only for WFFT, but for tigers in Thailand." To learn more, visit thephuket.com and visit the link in the description. Authorities have ended their search for a tourist infected with COVID-19, a recent Israeli arrival who fled their Bangkok hotel, only for them to head to Pattaya and then later turn up in Koh Samui. He's now surrendered to local island police there this afternoon. 29-year-old Ohad Baruch arrived in Thailand on December 17 and was quarantined at a hotel in the Sukhumvit area of Bangkok while awaiting his RT-PCR test result. But authorities say he left the next day without the result, and the Bangkok Post reports that he took a taxi to Pattaya in the afternoon of December 18, which is when the hotel was then informed that the men tested positive for the coronavirus. Baruch allegedly failed to produce his passport when trying to check into a hotel in Pattaya, and Thai media say he traveled back to Bangkok the next day, rented a van to Surat Thani province, and arrived in Koh Samui. This afternoon, Koh Samui officials say they were contacted to collect Mr. Baruch at a local restaurant on the island at about 12:30 p.m., following up on a previous call that he wanted to surrender. He was taken to Koh Samui Hospital. Thonglo police in Bangkok say he will face charges for leaving the hotel and violating the emergency decree, which carries a maximum penalty of 2 years in prison and/or a fine of 40,000 baht. 2 men are now behind bars in Talang and facing weapons charges in connection with an attempted murder of 3 men in a pickup truck just north of the Heroines Monument in Sri Sutorn early on Sunday morning. The shooting took place at about 2:30 a.m. according to reports, which states that a 28-year-old Thai national and 2 others were in the vehicle in a small alley beside Sri Sutorn Temple on Tepkasatri Road, just over 1.3 kilometers north of the Heroines Monument. Forensic police inspected the pickup and then later tracked down the alleged culprit, a 27-year-old Thai national named Anotai Jindapon and Tamron Sukmeta, whom police say were in possession of a 9mm Glock handgun, 2 magazines, 1 loaded with 10 bullets, as well as a 9mm Beretta handgun and more ammunition. Anotai also faces a charge under an arrest warrant for jointly attempting to kill another person, as well as other weapons charges in a separate case, according to the Phuket Provincial Court. Also listed separately as a different case was Tamrong, for facing charges of attempting to kill another person, as well as weapons charges. Police have yet to announce any motive for the attack. For more, visit thephuket.com. Quality guaranteed since 2012. Call M Painting today. Over 1.5 tons of waste floating in a canal near the Phuket fishing port on the east side of Phuket town has been cleared thanks to a new boat fitted with a scoop meant for collecting floating trash and debris. The boat, called To Cho 02, is operated by the Department of Marine and Coastal Resources and was used last Friday to clean up the waters in the Tajin Canal separating Koh Sireh from Phuket and home to Phuket's busy fishing port. Most of the more 1.5 tons of floating trash was organic waste, plastic, and glass bottles, all of which were handed over to Rasada municipality for proper disposal. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. In Phuket, COVID-19 cases hit 35 total over the last 24 hours, including 10 tourist infections. In addition, one new death attributed to COVID has been confirmed for the island. This raises the number of cases in Phuket during the month of December to 1,342 for an average of 64 daily cases and a death toll of 6. Meanwhile, Thailand has recorded 2,532 new cases along with 31 more COVID fatalities over the last 24 hours. Since the pandemic began early in 2020, Thailand has recorded 2.19 million cases with a death toll of 21,377. During that time, Phuket has just over 19,370 cases with a death toll of 146. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow on Thursday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.